Hi folks, this meditation is a two-part meditation. The first part is about becoming present to the body. All Taoist practice begins with the body, and on some level you remain in contact and present to your body at all times. And then if through the meditation you make contact with deeper states of yourself, you don't get lost. And the second part is about scanning. And scanning has various aspects to it. But the basic thing with scanning is going through the body and becoming present to what is clear and what is blocked. Now, in order to scan the body well, you really need to be present to your body. And we have done this to some degree in previous meditations. You need to become present, or you need to be present in order to focus on your breath and manipulate your breathing or your posture or your root. But now we're just going to go a little bit more into how to become present and what kind of presence we're talking about. Now, to do this, I want you to choose one hand. And I'd like you to choose the hand that you do not write with. So if you're right-handed, take your left hand, and if you're left-handed, take your right hand. Now, for now, just turn your palms up and lay them on your thighs. And then close your eyes. Now, I want you to bring your mind to the hand you do not write with. For me, it's my left hand. And so I'm putting my mind into my left hand. Now, your mind is not an object. So it's not like you're taking an object, you're putting it in your hand and it stays there. Your mind is elusive and it can go off on tangents here, there and everywhere. So with your eyes closed, start dropping your mind into your hand. And the analogy I like to use here is if you're on the beach, on the hot sand, and you pour water onto that sand, that water will disappear into the sand. It won't sit on the surface of the sand. It will sink into the sand. So you want your mind to sink into your left hand, or your right, depending on which is the right one for you. Now, as your mind starts to sink into the hand, generally, people will connect with their hand on the surface. So the first thing you want to feel are the surface nerves on your skin, at least on the palm and the fingers, and if you can, the entirety of your hand, the back of the hand, the front of the hand, the sides of your fingers as well, the tips of your fingers, and all the way up to the wrist. So first of all, let your mind sink into and make contact with the surface of your hand. And then, as you become present to your hand, allow your mind to sink deeper in, past the skin. What is underneath? The fascia, the muscles, the bones, the fluids, the nerves, and really sink your mind into the hand. Now, whenever your mind tries to wander, gently bring your mind back to the hand, and again, let your mind sink into your hand. Do your best not to wander. Do your best to remain continuously connected and feeling your hand. You're not visualizing. You're not making pictures and images in your mind. Your mind is becoming aware of the hand, sinking into your hand, and as it does so, your hand will become alive. You may feel the nerves or the signals running through the nerves. You may feel the blood moving through your hand. You might feel the chi of your hand. But stay in contact with the physicality of your hand. Use your kinesthetic sense, your feeling sense, your ability to experience yourself. And then, very gently open up your eyes. And now I want you to feel your other hand. Why is it that they don't feel the same? Why are they different? And the answer is because you became more present to one part of your body than the other, or another. Now, where are your feet? What about your back? Your shoulders? The rest of you is not really within your awareness, or if it is, it's lighter. And there's a heavier presence in your hand. Now, in a previous meditation, I had you put your mind in your feet. And I had you put your mind in your feet and the space below your feet in order to ground and root yourself, both physically and energetically. But this becoming present to parts of your body and eventually all of your body is used in more ways than just grounding. And when we go to scanning, we are using this presence. We are becoming aware of what is inside of us. Now, the first rule in scanning is not changing anything. You're doing a recce, as we say. You're looking for what is there. You are on an exploratory mission to find out. And there is no preconception. There is no expectation. There is simply becoming present to your body and finding out what is there. And the obvious split is between that which feels comfortable and that which does not. Now, generally, there's a rule in the Chi arts, which is this: where your Chi is flowing, where your body is unrestricted, you don't feel anything because there is no blockage. And where you feel strength within your body, then these areas are generally blocked. And so you see, as we go through the scanning process, you're looking for that which feels free and that which feels blocked. And blockage can be experienced in various ways. It can be experienced as strength, as tension, contraction. And you're looking for these things and you're just making a mental note of them. And now we're going to go through the scanning process and we're going to go from the crown of the head down to the lower dantian. And this pass that we're about to make is not the be-all and end-all of scanning, but it gives you the way that you go through the body and how you scan your body And then you can increase or decrease the time you go through scanning in order to suit your present circumstances. But the general rule is this: the longer you spend scanning, the deeper your mind can go into your body and the more you can uncover. And this is why most people don't enjoy meditation, or they are in a sense repulsed by it, because you see, when they go inside, they find all sorts of things that they don't like. Things that don't work well, things that don't feel comfortable, things that are painful, either physically or emotionally or mentally. And so people run from it. Now, if you find your mind being thrown out of the body, then you want to gently grab the mind and bring it back in, because you see, when the mind is being thrown out of the body, you can guarantee there is something there, and there's something that needs to be dealt with. The dealing with it will follow in future meditations. First, you must know the landscape. And once you have the landscape, then you can make adjustments. So, as always, we begin in our sitting posture. The spine is lengthened upwards. The tailbone is dropped downwards. The knees are over the feet. The feet are flat on the ground and as parallel as you can. The face, chest, shoulders, arms are all relaxed. The hands are on the ends of the thighs or the knees. The shoulder blades spread slightly. The elbows extend forward slightly. The fingers cup the knees if you can, and release the arm muscles. Raise C7 once more. Open up the neck. Lift the occiput. And let go. Now, in the beginning, scanning, it's highly recommended that you keep your eyes closed, because when your eyes are open, you will take on board all this information of what's going on around you, and that will prevent you from going deeper inside. So for this session and for future sessions, I highly recommend closing your eyes. And once your eyes are closed and the tongue is touching the hard palate behind your teeth, bring your mind to the crown of your head, the very crown, the very top of your skull, and let your mind gather there and start feeling the top of your head. Feel what is there. Let your mind sink into the skin and the fascia on the top of your head. Now, if you feel any particular blockage, do nothing. Just make a note of it. And then feel deeper in. Feel into the bones of the top of your head. Now, in the beginning stages, it is recommended not to go into your brain. For most, this won't be a problem, as it takes a lot of training to feel inside of your brain. So just feel the skin, the fascia, and into the bones of your skull. And as you do, drop your mind now down to your forehead, your temples, the sides, and the back of your head, all at the same level, the height of your forehead. And let your mind feel into the skin, the fascia, and the bones. If any area feels particularly blocked, stuck, stagnant, tense, strong, just make a note of it. Scan this level of your body and then drop your mind and therefore your presence down to the height of your eyes, your ears, and your occiput. That is the front, sides and back of the middle of your skull. And feel. How deep can you feel into your eyes? Do you only feel the surface of your eyes, or can you feel into the core and the back of your eyes? Can you feel deep into your ears? Not just the ear that's on the outside of your body, but into the inner ear. And into the occipital bone, the base of the back of your skull. And then down. Down to your cheekbones, your nose, your mouth and your jaw. Notice at the hinges of your jaw, are there any particular tensions? The tongue and the root of the tongue going back into the throat. Feel. Become present to your tongue. And into your neck. First of all, the surface tissues of your neck. At the front, your throat. At the back, your spine. And at the sides of your neck, the muscles that link to your shoulders. Feel. Where does your body feel alive? Where does it feel stuck, blocked, tight, tense, strong? Recognize these areas. Feel deeper in. And then drop your mind to the very tops of your shoulders, the muscles on the top of your shoulders, the collarbone at the front, the very tops of your shoulder blades at the back, the throat notch at the very top of the sternum, C7 at the base of the neck, feel into these areas. Recognize what is free, recognize what is blocked. And drop your mind down. The shoulders nests at the front, the entirety of your shoulder blades at the back. The sternum bone, the top of your rib cage, at the front, sides and back, your armpits and the ribs below your armpits, and then inside your rib cage. Your lungs on the left and right sides, and the heart slightly left of center. And down to your diaphragm. Put your mind in your diaphragm. Notice your breathing. Become present to your diaphragm and the state of your diaphragm. Does it move easy? Are there tensions in the diaphragm, and if so, where? The front might move easily, the sides and the back may not. And then down to the bottom of your ribs, the height of your elbows, the spine at this height, the bottom of the thoracic, the beginning of the lumbar spine. The top of your belly, your stomach and spleen on your left side. The spleen is behind the stomach is at the front. The liver on the right side, and the kidneys at the back. The diaphragm covers these organs, and a good deep breath massages these organs. What do they feel like? Are there areas that you cannot contact? They seem empty to you. There's nothing there. just space. And this could be that they are incredibly free, open and alive, or it could be that these areas are dead to you. You have no conscious connection with. So try to drop your mind into these organs and feel them. And then dropping down more. Into the belly, the lower belly houses your intestines. Does your breathing connect with your intestines? Can you feel them? The bottom of your kidneys, the midriff area on the sides of your body, the space between your ribs and the top of your hips. Feel. Let your mind sink into your body. Feel what is there. Wake up your senses. Become present to your body. And then into your core and into your lower dantian. Let your mind stabilize at the lower dantian. Let your breathing become smooth. Let your mind become calm and stable. Let your chi gather around the lower dantian. And as your mind and your chi become calm, let the lower dantian absorb that chi. Now, open your eyes. As you go down, it's like the level in the bath. Once you pull out the plug, the level just descends slowly through the body. And as your mind descends through the body, you become more aware of what is inside of your body. You begin on the surface and then you go in and you go down. You begin on the surface and you go in and then you drop down. And you become aware. And in the beginning, it could be unclear whether something is open and free or blocked, because you see the mind doesn't want to connect. The conscious mind doesn't want to connect with that which is blocked. So it covers it up. It ignores it. It pushes it away. Your job is now to run through your body many times and wake up everything that's in there and become aware of that which is always the same. There will be many changes on a daily basis. But if you do this scanning over a period of time, you'll start to notice certain areas always remain free, certain areas are always blocked. And it's these blockages which, again, we recognize through the feelings of tension, contraction, strength, stagnancy. And when you find these spaces that are constantly blocked, that is where you need to focus your attention to clear. And we will be going through that process, or those processes, there's more than one, in future meditations. But for now, I really urge you, a lot of people like to skip this step and get to the solution. Well, the solution is only as good as your understanding of what is inside of you. And if you don't really understand what it is inside of you, not from an analytical perspective, not from some discussion or some feeling or whatever, but by going inside and systematically running through your body and creating an itinerary of what works well and what does not, of what is blocked and what is free, and what is simply not available to you. And then, when you get to that place, then you can have, or then the meditations we do in the future can have a very positive effect on freeing up those blocked spaces, those stagnant, bound energies within you. Good. I wish you good practice and look forward to seeing you in the near future. Thank you.